Welcome back to this channel, welcome back to Adventures with Moses. Today I have here with me three fine gentlemen from...
Why are you gay?
You are gay!
I was waiting for you to say that.
Who said I'm gay? Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic that most new students want to know before they come to China. I have three fine gentlemen with me from all over Africa, and then we are going to discuss some issues that new students have to know. So let's introduce yourselves.
My name is Milton Homotola.
Okay. So Milton from Botswana, and then we have...
Hello guys, I'm Takunda Chibanda from Zimbabwe. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Masa. We just needed your name.
My name is Martin Lamin Kamara. I'm from Sierra Leone.
Alright, so...
So I think that we have 4 different countries here. We all have things. How we do it in my country, how you guys do it in the country is quite different. So I'm also assuming that that also means what we go through when we're coming here is quite different.
Okay.
I stayed in the plane for 16 hours, you stayed for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Who stayed in the plane for 2 hours?
No, it's an example. I mean, we are both from the jungle.
Which club airline?
Yeah, but then I think for a start, the biggest thing that people have to know is weather. Before you come to China, you have to be aware of the weather conditions you're coming into. Because I believe every one of us here has a fair share of what weather can be. I don't know if I'm wrong.
Go deeper.
Should I go deep?
Yeah.
For example, back in Africa, I think when we say it's cold, it might maybe be 10 degrees or maybe slightly lower. But then when you come here, my brother, it will go as below as -10, as low as -10, and it can go as high as what? I am quite short on the summer.
Yeah.
Degree. It goes as high as what?
I think as the heat, for the heat, it's not really that much. The problem is the humidity.
It's humidity.
It's so humid here.
But that humid makes you sweat like hesh, guys. I remember one time, well not one time, in fact, most of the times I was trying to cook in summer, I would have to wear boxers and still be sweating while trying to cook. I don't know if that's just me or what.
I think it's not just because even for me, I literally wear like pants to cook, like, you know. So
you don't wear pants to cook.
Good question.
like I do my shorts literally. So yeah, during this time it's really hot. It's different from my country. We say hot and the sun here literally can go like 30, 35. In my country it doesn't go that much. Maybe 20, 22, 23 is the maximum.
Yeah, but actually in China, one thing that, so far as the weather is concerned, what we have to be aware is that, the difference between the northern part of China and the southern part of China is very, very large, right? And so
it deserves a
you get to realize that, like up there in the north of China, the weather can get very cold. And then in the summer, it's also cold in the summer. But over here in the south, it gets very cold it gets very hot in the summer. But over the winter, it's normal. And so one thing that students should also be aware, I think, is that they should check the location of their school. If your school is in the north of China, you should know that you're going to meet very cold conditions. And then if it is in the south, like close to places like Hainan province or even Guangzhou, those places are very, very hot. Yeah, so you can know how to pack when you're coming. And then if it is around central China, you get to have a very fair weather. The weathers in the southern part of China is just like similar like Africa. So I mean, if you have a school over there, then it's going to be similar. But then if you get anywhere else apart from Guangzhou or Hainan, and then you have to prepare so much for this weather. So I think the weather is something that all students should be informed of.
Well, as for me in my country, one of the things I want to elaborate on is this. I'll talk about the agent first of all before coming. I would like to agent. I mean, like in general, like agents back home. Like I know people back home think that coming overseas is really nice. They have good places. Some even don't come because of school. Some just come because of the pressure back home, maybe hardship and stuff. So I feel like the agent back home are pressuring people to come in a sense just for that their own packet without even telling these students what you will be facing coming here. You understand? In terms of accommodation, in terms of weather, in terms of cost of living, it's a lot. Like for me, I had to experience it the hard way. Even though my agent had his own experience in China, it was really good because he had to guide me in some certain things. But I think people don't know about that. Let me say something like this, right? In terms of what you've been paying back home to come here is really, really too much.
So you mean the issue of paying agency fees, right?
That's the first thing. It's a lot of pressure there, and that's one of the things we need to highlight, let people know about it.
So far as agency fees are concerned, what is your solution to such the problem?
I feel like there is everything there. There's everything there for you not to even be in contact with the agent to come here. That's one thing, because you pay times 2 or times 3 what you're supposed to pay when you get here even.
So do you mean that students can try to apply to schools without going through agencies?
Yeah. I feel like the lack of knowledge and the lack of understanding is not there for people back home.
What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
I'm saying
he said the lack of knowledge is not there.
Yeah, the lack of
The danger.
I feel like the agent need to tell students what they are facing in terms of whether cost of living, accommodation. Because I learned mine on my own experience and it's not that good. So I feel like the agent needs to step up and tell students, you're getting the money, but it's not all about the money. But you need to tell students what they're going to be facing.
So try to make your points clear. The issue of agents that the students need to know. What do they need to know? They shouldn't use agents, or they shouldn't pay high agency fees?
No, I'm not saying about high agent fee. What they're making is in their own pocket. But I'm saying that they need to educate students from their own agency coming here, what they're going to face. More especially cost of living. I wasn't expecting the cost of living to be that high when they say, China, everything is coming from there, clothes, what. So when I get here, I thought, maybe even 100 USD will be that enough for me to
I think where his point is coming from is from coming, I was coming. My agent told me I had a full scholarship, my brother.
You had a full scholarship?
I had a full scholarship.
Did you take out from the school?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe you were not
I think that's where his point.
Why didn't you check?
When we paid the agent, we told him we wanted a scholarship.
Are you a scholar?
we want to feel comfortable here. From my own perspective, from where I'm from, I feel like the agent needs to make students know exactly what they're going to face in terms of clarity, in terms of where they're going to be staying. I feel like not everyone understands when they say, agent is telling you we are giving you a full scholarship for 4 years. You understand? For me, from what I understand from my admission letter, there was no scholarship indicated there, but my agent told me you can get scholarship every year when you get there. So for the first year, yes, you can get a scholarship, but I think with performance, without you being good in class, pass your exam, attending classes and stuff, that scholarship can be gone. Wherein, your parent knows that you're in China and they're expecting not to pay school fees second year or what. So the agents need to like clarify when students are coming. You need to be hardworking, you need to attend classes, and in terms of where you're surrounding, the cost of living and stuff, these things agent need to tell the student because it's a lot.
But wait first. Before we continue, what kind of student comes to a different country, doesn't know how much they're supposed to
Do you know that some students came here and they thought they had scholarship?
For real?
Yeah.
That is why some students have been sent home.
That's
like when I
like
came,
for me,
that's
for me, I knew, I thought I was having a full scholarship.
You see, some students, that is what they do. My transcript is ready, my documents are ready. Take this, apply for me, give me a school. That's what some students know. They don't know anything. They wait for the agency, okay, you have an admission, this school, go. That's all they know. They don't make any inquiry, they don't even research about the school, the courses that they offer. I mean, some students are very negligent, right? They don't care about anything, and so in the end they realize that they just come very misinformed or less informed, something like that. And
One thing I noticed about the agents, right, when they are doing their application and stuff after admission, they don't give you access to the school, like a contact to the school directly from that start. And that's where the problem starts. Like if you have a direct contact from the school after admission, before even paying the service fee, trying to do your own inquiries before coming, like confirmation. With that, a lot of students won't be here even. A lot of parents will send their kids to like the cost to go there is really expensive.
okay.
I came here thinking that I'll just be coming here chilling, speaking English with all the Chinese, making friends, but it's not like that. They have their own style of doing things, their own language, and it's quite, for me, I find it a bit hard, but I think that if you know and you start practicing beforehand, you can at least grasp some little straws so that when you get here you can build on that.
So in terms of language barrier, what is your suggestion?
What is your suggestion? My suggestion is you should learn the basics. Learn the basics because I've noticed that most of the language, the things that we're learning is the basics, but every single time I go out, I can hear that they're using this certain word which I've learned from class. So I feel like it's centered around the small basics you get from class. So if beforehand, before you travel, learn a bit of Mandarin and you'll be good.
And I think you can get this stuff on
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, you will find basic Chinese.
Learn Chinese basics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a good point for students to try and, I mean, you are coming to China, and we have a saying that if you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. So Chinese is something that, I mean, no matter how you try to live your life, you can't do away without it. Chinese is like a must over here. So, I mean, so far as you have made a decision to come to China, no matter what, you should try to learn some Chinese. And so, yeah, it's a good point.
There's this issue of when some students come from their different countries. I don't know if I would say they get duped by taxi drivers from the airport or from the train stations to their school. I have cases where students paid 500 RMB for a taxi from the airport to school, and it was a 30-minute drive. Of it, if we were going to use an application, Chinese applications to get taxis or anything like that, you find out that you have to pay 15 kwai.
15? 50. Yeah. So it means that they are charged like
they are
10 times.
10 times. So I don't know if it's possible that when you do talk to your agents, try and ask your agents to pay this kind of things for you, so that at least, if it's possible, you would get someone from the school you have enrolled to come and get you from the train station or the airport.
Yeah. So I think one way that you can put this point that you're trying to make is that the students should, before they get on a flight to come to China, they should have an itinerary, right?
Yeah.
You should know that, okay, my flight is landing in Shanghai, Guangzhou. From Guangzhou airport, I'll take maybe a bus to Guangzhou station, train station, from train station to my school. If you have the whole schedule on your phone and then you know how to go from A to B, I mean, it's going to avoid all of these. What do you think?
Problem is, I'm new. I don't know where I'm going or how I'm traveling. To get into a bus, you probably need coins or your Alipay code or WeChat code. To get into the subway, you need the same stuff. I'm very new.
So what is your, in terms of students trying to avoid this, that they being scammed by the drivers, but then they still have to use this method that I just mentioned? What is your suggestion? How can they use the buses, the taxi without being scammed by the drivers?
I feel like that's where the communication comes in, right? Like the school being picked up from the airport. Let me say if I'm coming to China, right? I need to like communicate with my school. Like if you have an international student in the same school, he or she can help you get through all this problem. Because you can literally get a taxi for someone without you even being there. All the person needs is just a pickup plate, like the taxi plate or a bus number or whatever they will need. Because you can actually get a taxi for someone without you even being there in another city, as long as it's inside China. So before coming, to avoid that, you need to communicate well. It's either a friend or the school you are coming to. I think they can help you get through that.
Yeah, I think that is so. In short, one thing that students must know before they come to China is that they must be very careful. I mean, not all drivers will do this to you. Not all drivers would try to scam you. Some drivers would even want to be friends with you. They'll have a nice conversation with you most of the times. But in a few instances, you get to see some drivers that want to take advantage of you being a newbie here, you being a newcomer here, and then they want to just exploit you and then try to charge you more than what they are supposed to. So one thing that students must know before they come to China is that they must be aware that there are people who are willing to take advantage of you if you act stupid, if you act like you don't know anything. So before you come, just try to make research that from the train station to my school, how long is it? And usually how much is it for maybe 1 kilometer distance, 2 kilometer distance, 5 kilometer distance, how much is it? And then how much is the driver trying to charge you?
In general, I feel like almost all the things we're listing are interconnected.
Yeah.
If you know the language, you won't be scammed by the taxi driver.
That's true.
So everything that you do, preparation, prep matters. Know where you're going, know the language, know the city, at least know the school and know your administration.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because when I arrived in Nanshan, right, because my flight was really late somehow and I had to be there till around 11 p.m. in the night to get another flight from Guangzhou to Nanshan here. And when I arrived here, it was really hard. You know, my friends tried to help me with taxi here and there, but my location, because of, you know, when you send a location to someone, a live location, within a minute after you moved around, it changed. It changed. So even if he or she gets you a taxi, if the taxi arrives there, you're not there, they'll be gone in the next 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. The taxi will be gone. So I faced a lot of difficulty, you know. So I had to book an hotel close by the airport for me to settle down that night. And in the morning I called the school. The school had to help me. You know, they gave me a student who can speak English, gave me a taxi, and from there it was cool.
Alright. So I think one more thing that students should know when coming to China is that, if possible, after you get admission, try to go online, search your school, and then see if you can get any peers from your country. Let's say you're from Ghana, you're from Nigeria, you're from Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe. You try to go to the school's website, you see some students over there, and then you try to see if you can establish connections with them, right? So once you try to establish connections with these students, you can even be on social media and chat with them, and then they are going to give you some extra detailed information that you may not get from the internet. So I mean, when you get to when you contact the student, they are going to even tell you some very basic things like how to pack, things that you are supposed to put in your bag, things that you can you will be able to go through the airports or train station security. There are some things you can't bring. And so when I was coming, I ended up bringing so many unnecessary things like things that are flammable. I was bringing some Ghanaian spray that had alcohol, and you know it was flammable. And so they just seized it at the train station. I think that I had some knives also. The knives, yeah.
Which slaughterhouse are you going to?
Guys. We have a
not big knives, but small knives for like cooking, you know. And I brought like a Ghanaian type of stew. It's called shito. It's a black stew. They just checked it at the airport, and they even put the spoon inside. They tried to see maybe I was hiding some drugs in there, and so that was seized. A couple of things. Yeah, a couple of things were seized for me at the airport security. So one thing that students, on that note, I want to make this point that
they probably thought you were a serial killer. No.
How am I not gonna need knives in China?
You can buy
Did you not buy knives here?
Okay, I didn't know. See, it's one of those things that students should know, right? When you are packing, try to pack light. That is the next point that I want.
These were seized when you got here or when you were stole from?
When I was, it was seized at the airport.
Which airport? Your country? In your country?
No. Not Ghana airport.
maybe in Dubai.
Shanghai airport. They seized all my items. A lot of items like
train
knives.
station or the airport?
Airport.
Oh.
So be careful on the type of items that you carry with you, because some items are not allowed and others are. So you can just read around this and so that you don't bring anything that you are not supposed to. It's very important.
You were on the hostage and you imagine.
Oh, actually, they took like this Ghanaian shito. What else did they take? The knives.
You probably had pots also.
I didn't bring pots. But a couple of items were taken away from me.
Cutting board. You carried knives to cook, so I'm expecting this to end forks,
blender, microwave, washing machine.
No, like for me before coming, right? Like before coming, my dad sent me a traveling guide. It's a general thing for like every traveler. What you can carry on your.
Why do I feel like you're lying?
No. See, I'm trying to make my point.
No.
Your father gave you.
Let's talk about what did you carry? What did you bring?
Me?
Your father. No, wait. No, make that point. Your father gave you traveling guide.
Traveling like.
Wait. So can you call your father?
What do you mean? Can I go?
Let's call him. Let's find out.
Call him.
Okay.
Oh wait, where is the
Call
traveling
him like
guide?
for real.
No, you can just show us the traveling guide.
Yeah, show us the traveling guide. What was in the
How did
traveling
he send
guide?
it to you? How did he send it to you?
I think I lost that conversation.
Okay, the conversation is lost.
I think I lost that conversation.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
But yeah, no. But wait, here. He sent me a voice message like 1 to 2 minutes, like what I can get on my carry-on.
Is that a traveling guide?
Yeah, it's a traveling guide. What you can get on your carry-on. Like you can put a perfume. Like you can.
That's just like an advice.
It's a guide. Advice is a guide. Advice is a guide.
It's a guide.
We have lost another soul.
Wait. Okay, wait.
It's an advice or a guide.
Wait me.
Is it
if
a
you
guide?
advise me, it's not a guide. Like you know, I'm not supposed to do this, right?
You see how you made a point? You said my father sent me a traveling guide, like a book, a pamphlet.
Yeah, that's what we were
maybe
expecting.
it's what.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you think. But for me, he sent me a voice message, right? Like what he wants.
Advising me on what I should carry.
It's a guide.
You should just say he was advising me. You won't win this battle.
Against one.
You will not win it.
Okay.
But yeah, you can continue.
So like he sent me a voice message advising me that I can carry a lot of stuff like knife, like perfume on my carry-on. Also any liquid substance like toothpaste, And also any sharp object, I can carry on over there. Like even when it comes to my power bank or something, I can put them on my luggage.
Yeah. Lastly, how about your major? Milton, I want you to talk about this. How about your major? There has been issues that students come to China and they don't actually know what they are coming to study.
I think it's better to know what you want before you apply. Some students come wanting to study something, but then that program or course is not open for that semester. So I think it's best you know what the school is offering for that particular semester and check if it's what you want, if it aligns to your interests. And if it doesn't align to your interests, don't take it, because I think it's very hard. It's very hard to change. Because there's been an incident of a student coming here thinking he's going to study a certain program, let's say software engineering, but that software engineering is not open this semester. So best you know, and you have to communicate with the school in advance to know that this semester, or if you are applying via an agent, ensure that he knows what you want. And like I was saying earlier on, everything is interconnected. So if you can communicate with the school, you'll know what the agent is telling you is true. Yeah, you were saying?
Well, I was just wanting to top up, like what you were saying, there are cases where, because you're unaware, you're going to come to that school and like you were saying, the program you want to do is closed for that semester. So that means it's either you're going to be behind or you're going to be forced to do something else.
Alright.
So it's really important that you know. I think it's really important that you know what you're doing and if to do the necessary research. Yeah.
So
the use of WeChat. Before you come here, you have to have WeChat.
Okay.
Because as soon as you get into China.
By the way, can you tell? I mean, most of the viewers don't know what WeChat is. Can you tell them what WeChat is?
Okay, so WeChat is an application used to communicate, but it's mostly centered in China. I think it's like WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But then this is like WhatsApp for China.
Yeah.
For WeChat. So the moment you land, your WhatsApp isn't working. So you now need WeChat.
Okay.
For your first 2 hours in the country. What you need is WeChat, because WeChat is going to be easier for you to communicate with the school you're going to or the people you're supposed to be meeting with. Like Martin said before, like the school someone from the school might send you details of the car that will come pick you up. For you to receive all that information, you need to have WeChat.
And also I think Alipay is also important. I think Alipay is also important. Even with that, you can even like register it from your country, right? With your passport. When you're verified, you're eligible to even receive money on Alipay. So like for me, I started using Alipay in my country before coming here. So when I get at the airport, right, I got my own taxi, I had my own money inside the Alipay. So it wasn't that hard for me when I arrived in control.
It means that Alipay can be set outside China, right?
Yeah, you can use Alipay worldwide. It has an international. Alipay, it's an application used in China for like making payment, taking subway, just transportation, payment, a lot. You can use. You can use Alipay for a lot, literally. You can even do the WeChat thing on Alipay. That if you have the person's contact, so it's very, very important.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that before students come to China, they should try to download the Alipay software and the WeChat software so that they can try to do all these settings before coming to China. So I mean that is going to be very helpful in terms of making payments and trying to communicate with your teachers, your friends, once you come here. Because as I mentioned, WhatsApp doesn't usually work over here. You need something that's called a VPN, and so if you don't have a reliable VPN, you're going to have communication issues with your family back at home. And so one thing that you should take note is that you should try to set your WeChat and your Alipay so that everything is going to be smooth for you. So I mean that is a very good point.
Yeah. Also on payments, there's been so many students coming to China with dollars.
Pardon?
There have been so many students who've been coming to China with dollars.
Okay, dollars, yeah.
Yes, they are dollars. When you're coming to China, they use renminbi,
Yeah.
right? So know that when you're coming to China, use renminbi, not dollars.
Okay. So you mean students should not come to China with dollars?
Not to say they shouldn't come with dollars, but they should avoid coming with dollars so that, because here the main currency is renminbi. So it's going to be so hard for you to pay with your dollars. Because the exchange rate, maybe they might cheat you or something, but it's better to bring RMB because it's easier to pay with.
Yeah.
So-
Speaking of what you're saying, right? Like when I get to the airport, right? I changed my USD lesser than what I was expecting, and it was on an official bank. In the sense wherein at that time it was like 7.15 RMB for like 1 USD. So I changed for like 6.8 RMB for 1 USD.
7.15 to 6.8.
Official on the bank, but at the airport, because at that time you don't have an option. You have to buy a SIM card. You need to communicate with who you're coming to or where you're going. You understand? You need a SIM card to make calls. So I literally like forfeit for like, let me say 5 or 6 RMB for like each and every USD I changed in Guangzhou when I arrived here. I think that's my point. And also, like we say, Alipay, right? After you've done your registration, like you've been verified, you can actually find somewhere in your country where you can send money to China. You can receive money in your country using Alipay. So when you get here, you don't need all this. You don't need all this changing money. You just use Alipay to make payments. It will be very, very easy for you.
I wanted to add on to what Milton was saying. You don't necessarily have to bring cash, but you can use Visa cards internationally. They're internationally recognized banks.
Exactly.
Even one can, yeah. So,
Mastercard.
yeah, you can use your MasterCards, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But because I noticed cash, as much as you might have the US dollars, it's a process also to go to the bank and have the money changed and all that. Whereas with the MasterCard, you just go to an ATM and withdraw your money as you normally as you are used to when you're back home.
Alright. So it means that the ATMs in China can actually be used to withdraw money, right, from your Visa card and MasterCard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are ATMs that do allow these international cards would be specified. It will be showing you Visa, ATM, MasterCard, whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, they would highlight all of that.
Alright. So
No, I think I still have one thing. Guys, to all those that are watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this.
that's the outro. We are not done with outro. We are not done.
No, if I'd said it at the end, they won't look at the end. You that are watching, please don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, we'll have
Welcome to this channel. Welcome back to Adventures with Moses. I'm your host for today, Moses. Today.